Good afternoon. My name is Heather Klusendorf, and I am the product owner at Metapress. I've been at Metapress for more than 10 years. It's my passion. For some of you, I've worked with you when I managed publisher relations and worked directly with Activating Access, and now I'm helping to manage development to make sure that librarians and publishers get the features they need. We in this session, just so you know, we will send out a recorded session to all everybody who we emailed, so that you can listen again at your leisure. I'm sure you're going to want to. So, let's go and move on to Metapress. We'll talk about what's new at Metapress. But first, it's a little bit of session details. Just so you know, all lines are on mute right now during the call. So if you need to ask any questions during the webinar, just type them in the chat window on your WebEx, and I will answer those at the end. And this is going to last about 30 minutes. Okay, so talk about what Metapress is today. On Thursday, October 4th, tomorrow, Metapress is releasing its second release of the year, and we're going to include some pretty big features. Redesigning the look and feel of Metapress. It's going to have a new streamlined, user-friendly, content-focused look and feel. We've got a new mobile platform with institutional pairing. I'll be showing all of you how your users are going to pair to your institution for subscribed content. I'm going to show you briefly Metapress Essential, which is our new Metapress platform, with the goal of helping smaller publishers to grow by offering the same e-publishing environment as large publishers, so benefit from the same tools and features that standard Metapress publishers get. Just so Metapress, we are the electronic content host for more than 200 publishers. If you need a reminder of who those publishers are, I'll show you where the Clients tab is on our new Metapress homepage. You can see for publishers, you can always find a direct link to their publisher profile site. And again, a reminder, the way that Metapress works is for most publishers, we create a profile site that mirrors their publisher marketing site. And that's where the electronic content lives. But that publisher content, in most cases, also exists on Metapress.com, which we call our aggregate site. And what we're going to look at today is what we have done to update the aggregate site. Okay, so take a look at Metapress, new design, new era. Right in front of us, we have a new home page. As you may have noticed already, we've got a new logo emphasizing technology, where Metapress is going. Of course, I called it the Star Trek logo. I like that, but hey, that's technology. And here we have a new home page. So this is what you will see, and your users will see when going to Metapress.com after tomorrow. At the top, we have links to Marketing Resource Center. This is where you'll find the clients and direct links to every client's Metapress profile site, which will be unique to that publisher's content. And we have a single Google-esque search bar that persists across all pages. Users will always be able to see it. Their sign-in links are prominent and at the top. If you remember what the current Metapress looks like, there is a recognition panel running down the left side of the page, and that recognition panel, it's taking up valuable content real estate. So I've removed that, and I'll show you what the accounts page looks like in a few minutes. And so focusing on providing more features and crisper, cleaner look for the content. Here on the bottom left, you'll see Browse By features, where users can browse by subjects. They can browse by content type. So underneath the content type is where you're going to find a list of all journals. You're going to be able to click to a list of all books, all book chapters, and so on. And then a list of all publishers with their direct links to their publisher profile site also exists down in the and leave viewed feature. That pairs in with our mobile website, and I'll talk about that a little bit later when we get into the mobile design. We have news and events feature at the bottom of the home page. Here, you're going to be able to find out where is Metapress. You know, how can I see them face to face? What conference are they at? For instance, in October, we're going to be at the STM conference in Frankfurt. We're also going to be at the Frankfurt Book Fair. And of course, we're going to be at Charleston. What's one of my favorite conferences? It's dear to our heart. Here, news. You will always be able to find out what are the new publishers that are coming to Metapress. And be particularly important if you need to make sure that access is working, talk with your subscription, make sure that everything's ready for users when that content is available on the new Metapress platform. And publishers, these journal covers, this is our test environment that we're looking at, and we don't load images to that, so don't be frightened by the missing journal cover. It's active, but this on the live site, this will show actual publisher journal covers, and it'll read through, and you'll see new publishers, so that you make sure to know what's happening at Metapress. An example of a results page. This is the new results page, a crisp content display, no more refinements panel on the left, recognition panel on the left. You all have your links at the to marketing resources. You always have the ability to sign in or register from any page. Moment. There we go. All right, somebody had to remute. Okay, and content display, you see two journal articles. You see prominent articles, you see the publication beneath it, and authors. And all of this metadata, when possible, it links. So the publication title is going to link you directly to the publication homepage. We have our single search that persists across the top. We have a search within so that you can search within all content or within only the results that you've either searched for or browsed to. Our search within can be combined with the refinements that you see on the right. So you can refine by content type. Say you only want to look at content for journal articles, but you want to search for content within those journal articles. You can find both browse results, refinements, and search to find exactly the content you need. I call it to infinity and beyond. I think that you should always be able to take another step in finding what you need. Okay. And here I have an example of the journal article abstract page. We've clicked this display too. We have redesigned PDF and HTML buttons. Hopefully those are big, bolder, easier for users to find and to know that they are buttons. In the header display for journal information and for article information, we've removed a lot of the metadata labels, for instance, for publisher, for subject or subject collection. The users by now, they know what that data is. They know that they can click it when it's highlighted. So hopefully this will provide a more clean, crisp display. And here, able to highlight more of the content, get directly to the user's eye and above the fold. As you can search within from any Metapress webpage, the search in from the abstract pages, search with all content within this journal or within that particular issue. You always export a citation in RNS or text. RNS is the format that most citation managers work with. Here's a home page, and we have some new alerting features. The issue alerting link is prominent. It is at the top of the menu on the right, and it is always visible to users. If what we had in the past is now users were able to see that link very clearly, but we want to increase the chance that users will click on alert and be able to have new content delivered to them directly in their email. And in that, we also created a sign-in by email address only. So no longer do users is it necessary that they create an account to have their alerts delivered to them. You can simply give us your email address, confirm that email address, and pass our CAPTCHA test, and then you're signed up for that journal. We continue to have the option to register or to sign into a current account if the user prefers to manage those alerts through an account. We've got we're signing in, we're no longer logging in. Signing in is kind of the way of the future. Login is becoming a little bit outdated. So, and our new sign-in page has gotten a new look and feel. Here we have the ability for a user or a librarian to sign into their account. Are you a member of the institution? You will click here to access our safe, where are you from, for shibboleth and for authentication. Administrators who may not have a Metapress account can click here to send Metapress their details. By filling in that form, it sends the institutional information to Metapress support, who will then work directly with the librarian to set the account, make sure that access is activated for various publishers. So just make sure to get everything that the librarian needs to get their users their content. And as a user can always create an individual user account. Okay, account page. So the account page, this is what we have replaced with the old recognition bar on the left. A user, when logged in or signed in, I'm still not used to it yet. When signed in, the user will click on his or her name to find themselves on the new account page. The new page has some of the same familiar features from the recognition panel. We have a menu, the saved items, and then we have a list of recognitions. The librarian is going to click on the institution or the consortium for which he manages in order to get to the librarian tools. We have a new look, but we also have our familiar tools for librarians. This is the institution homepage for Virgil and Homer College. Here we have access to usage, and a link to usage is also at the bottom of this page. And also you have access to your members. We're going to take a look at I'll just a little bit about why that's important when we talk about mobile. And if you're a librarian and you're not making use of the librarian tools, just let us know and we'll get in contact with you. We'll show you how to use them. It's really very helpful to be able to see your authentication information, and also the fact that you can send tokens out for remote access to your institution to help members become associated with it for remote access without having to do anything other than send the token. So clicking on usage, you're going to still find your counter usage page. As always, Metapress offers the book report 1, 2, journal report 1, 5, and database report 1. On this page, the librarian can select individual publishers or can decide or can get a report for all publishers. Publications are only publications with usage. And if a librarian is working with the Sushi protocol, selecting the XML option will allow for those reports to be created. This is Manage Your Members page. What we're looking at here is we're looking at 20 individuals who are members of Virgil and Homer College. That means that when Charlie Parks logged in, when he's visiting, he's able to get access to his library's subscriptions that may exist in New York. So here you have your members, and the librarian has the ability to remove the members. You're not deleting the individual user's account, but you're moving that access to your library subscriptions. Also the same page that a librarian will use if they need to revoke or manage access to the subscriptions on the mobile device. And let's talk about the mobile experience on Metapress. So it's mobile for that. using an app. Instead, what Metapress has created, we've created a mobile-optimized web experience. What that means is there's no updating or upgrading on the user end, no maintenance required for the user. Instead, when the user accesses Metapress on a mobile device, we automatically recognize that mobile device and prompt the user to pair the device and user the mobile website, which I'll show you in a minute. We have simple pairing for institutional access. You can pair your device either from a desktop computer or from the mobile platform. And we also offer toggling between the mobile and desktop platform. There are some features that aren't available on the mobile platform, such as pay-per-view and subscription sales. So it needs to be able to go back and forth. And face it, some users just prefer desktop reading experience, so we didn't want to take that away. We didn't want to force users into one extreme. Finally, we have our recently viewed items. So users log in and using Metapress on the mobile platform, the recently viewed items will persist across mobile and desktop. So the user can stop reading something at one point, say they're standing in line at Starbucks, they can pick that back up when they're in their office by logging into Metapress, and they'll find the article or the book chapter that they were reading at that time. So it's this way to ensure that users and researchers always get back to where they once belonged. Okay, so mobile, what's it look like? We've got access where you need it, and here's an example of what our search results look like. So on us, we have some book chapter results. You can see that the book chapter title is prominent, very visible. We have the author, and we have the publication name, we have the content type, and the publication date. So users will see a listing of results after searching, and they'll be able to click the title to go to the next page, and I'll show you that in a few minutes. Additionally, users also always have the ability to filter their content. On the Metapress desktop platform, a user can run a search on a search term, and then decide, well, I only want to see book chapters for that search term, or I only want to see content published in 2010. So the ability to filter content exists for all search results. So the user can by online date, subject, copyright, language, and content type in order to find exactly the content that they need. An example of what the abstracts and full text and more details page looks like. The user has the ability to expand abstracts for reading. I think that we've got a nice, big, large font, so it's a good, easy reading experience on a mobile device. And here we have our text options. We have PDF and HTML when available. This user that we're looking at right now does not have access, so therefore access to this content is restricted. If you did have access on the abstract page, on the results page, we would see a green access indicator that's kind of like a little rectangle on the side. Okay. And it also has the ability to expand for more details. And this is where the user is going to find their citation information. They're going to find a link to the publication homepage on the mobile device, and they'll find their ISSN, their DOI, and author information. Additionally, as you can see down here at the bottom, we have the ability for the user to share this content. And by clicking that, that's going to open up an email on the user's mobile device, and it includes the link to that article or book chapter location, and it has the ability to send that anywhere they want. Okay. Additional mobile features. As just mentioned, we have quick email sharing with colleagues from a link on every content page. We have a support page to assist with frequently asked questions. We have assistance that includes automatically sending a link of the last page visited to Metapress support. What it means is that when a user is contacting Metapress support, sometimes they're frustrated. Sometimes it's difficult for them to explain where they were, what they were doing. Guess what? They don't have to. is inserting that link so that the Metapress support team can easily figure out where the user was and then start from that touch base. They'll be able to solve problems quicker. And also have our recently viewed items. Items are shared across the mobile and desktop platform, and it's just a nice list that is always available to the user. Okay. And a user can toggle back and forth on the Metapress Mobile platform. Here we have an example of what it looks like. At the bottom of every page, the user has the ability to go full site or mobile. And when the user goes to full site from a mobile platform page, they will also have the ability to go back to mobile. So that persists throughout the platform. Okay. So let's look at pairing from the desktop. When a user is accessing Metapress from a desktop computer within your library network, they will see the Get Mobile Access link at the top. Clicking on the Get Mobile Access link, the user will see some instructions below if they need to figure out how to do it from the desktop or from mobile, and then links to register or to sign in to get mobile access. After signing in or registering for mobile access, the user is then sent an email that they must open on their mobile device in order to pair that device with the institution. Pairing from the mobile device, when a user is automatically recognized as coming from a mobile device, we will prompt them with the page that you see before you. We're asking, do you want to pair with an existing account? Do you want to sign in? Do you want to pair with a new account? Do you register? Or do not pair this device? And also, we have the option, don't show this page again. We know that sometimes it can be frustrating or annoying. Really annoying. So details about mobile pairing. So users can pair up to 5 mobile devices to one account. When we started to develop our mobile platform, we did a couple of focus groups at different universities, and we heard from those researchers that they often have more than one mobile device. So not only do they have more than one mobile device, but there may actually be an overlap between purchasing a new mobile device and having an older device paired. So we're allowing users to pair up to 5 mobile devices to one account. Each pairing is valid for 60 days, and pairing memberships, users can click on their name in the footer to view memberships that have been paired on that mobile device. And that detail also includes the expiration date. Users receive a pairing renewal reminder at 7 days and at 1 day before expiration, which are to be a lapse in research or access to user content that might upset their reading and research. Librarians can manage members pair their institution through Metapress Librarian tools. I showed you that Manage Members page. That's where if you have a user that you no longer want to have access to your content, you can remove that user at that point. Okay. So finally, we're going to take a look at Metapress Essential. This is our solution for smaller publishers' content. We know publishers are seeking to move as much content online as possible, and Metapress supports all publishers in their effort to make content available. So Metapress Essential, it looks a whole lot like our standard Metapress, except the first you'll see on the next page, it's green. Everything that was blue on the other side is green here. We have a new logo, Metapress Essential. The logo is green, and it offers some leaves in the logo design to emphasize growth. That's what we're trying to do. A lot of our smaller publishers that may only have one journal or a handful of journals, they may not have they may not be able to cost justify creating their own profile site that most larger publishers have. And so this is a spot where they're going to be highly discoverable, and they're going to get those same features that larger publishers have. We have the same crisp content display that we have on the newly designed Metapress.com. Here you can register, sign in. We have our refinements panel, and we have the content display and the PDF and HTML links. So what are some of those large publisher features that these smaller publishers will benefit from? All content is open URL and will compliant, will have direct linking. You will to work with this content in your link resolvers, such as SFX and link source. All you'll be able to download it in our downloadable lists feature, which provides those metadata fields that you might need in order to work with it in your OPAC. And we have robust search and browsing refinements, as well as the search within. The Metapress Essential site has been created with high visibility via enhanced SEO in mind. We've collaborated with some colleagues at Google to make sure that we're meeting those SEO recommendations so that when users are searching for this content, they're going to find it and it'll be at the top of the results. All content has TOC, RSS, and Save Search alerting. Section exporting is available, and subscription and pay-per-view sales. Our smaller publishers, they've never had that ability before, so that is another way where we're going to try and help these publishers grow. On the Metapress and the Metapress Essential pages, down in the lower right, you will see feedback link, and you open it. We have the ability for you to send us some feedback, to send us your ideas. So we'd like to hear your ideas. This will be a community forum, so you can see what other people have added or said. And I just want you to know that we're listening. So we're definitely looking forward to hearing what everyone has to say. And please contact us anytime. The Metapress support desk. A lot of you work daily with the folks at the Metapress support desk. They're always there, so send them an email if you need help with anything or you need training. That's support@metapress.com. And the 800 number is also displayed on the screen right now. And if you're going to Charleston and you would like to help advise Metapress on future development, let us know. Hey, send us an email at marketing@metapress.com and we'll buy you breakfast. So something to forward to. And that is it. If anybody has any questions, please let me know. I'm going to turn off the mute. I'm going to turn off the mute. Unmute all. Okay. So, the feedback. So just let me know if you have any questions. And if you don't, you can also send them to Metapress support, or you can send them to me directly. I appreciate everybody coming today. Oh, okay. Well, there are no questions at this time, so we're going to end the call. You guys have a great afternoon.